Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm taking you to visit a vineyard called Ehrensfelser and his dog. This is a vineyard, winery and cellar door in Tasmania's beautiful cold river valley. It's just a stone's throw from the historic town of Richmond, about 20 minutes drive from Hobart. The cellar door is open every day except Tuesdays and Christmas Day from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Okay, so that is the dog in the Ehrensfelser and his dog vineyard. So the owner told me that he's Jax. His name is called Jax, and he's a 3-year-old, and what is called a wine dog. So I was just joking that he could be the one who could help to identify the good grapes and actually let him know. So here's Jax. Not sure what he's doing. Maybe pooing. I don't know.
Oh, this one is very special.
Wow, that's good. Very privileged to be the special one.
Absolutely. So this is called the Siegerrebe, and Siegerrebe is a grape that has a few unusual properties to it. The first one is that it's a pink grape.
Oh, pink grape.
Very small, and it ripens in summer instead of ripening in autumn. So we picked this one in Tasmania the very first week of February, whereas all the other grapes in Tasmania pretty much get picked between the middle of March and the end of April. That's where this is much earlier, yes. And this particular grape was very popular in Germany in the 1920s and the 1930s. And it used to be one of those grapes that got grown in lots of small properties, backyards, vineyards, farms, along church walls, all that sort of thing in Germany. And because it ripened at the height of summer in Germany, lots of those communities would build festivals around the picking of the grapes. So they would go from house to house and they would pick the grape from house to house, from place to place. And they'd bring the grapes together, they would press the grapes together, and then they would make wine from it. And it really was very much a community-focused this particular wine. So if you went away on holidays, you would take your Siegerrebe with you on holidays and share it with people you were on holidays with. If you were going on a business trip, you take your Siegerrebe with you and share it with your business associates. And when you went to war as a German soldier, you would take this wine with you into battle with you, and you would use it to connect you back to your community. Siegerrebe translates to a word that is somewhere between victory and winner. So this is the victory wine of the German army. Okay, so we're thinking about the 1930s and the 1940s when Germany were doing their thing through Europe, and they'd have battles. They would win a battle. They would open up their bottle of Siegerrebe and they would pour themselves a small glass of wine, and then they would toast their home, their family, and their friends. Okay. By the end of the war, many things in Germany that were connected to the war were removed. Like they were ashamed of it. It was something that was of great shame. So this grape disappeared from all those places where they were growing it because people didn't want to be connected back to what had happened during the war. So in Germany this disappeared and no one else really grew it, so it really became a grape that was really just not grown anywhere to make wine from. In the 1970s, Germany was re-looking at what grapes they were going to grow as part of their wine industry. And they re-looked at this particular grape at that period of time. At the same time, the science experiment was being started here, and the CSIRO who were running that science experiment saw this particular grape being available, and so they brought it here to this vineyard and grew it here. So we're one of maybe 6 or 8 vineyards in the world that continue to make wine from this particular grape, so it is really, really quite rare. It's a really unusual flavour to what you associate with wine. It's quite different. It looks like a white wine, but it doesn't taste like a white wine.
But the colour is still white.
It's still white, yes.
Wow.
This is...
I love the story behind this. That's why I really love it. Thanks for the narrative.
Yeah, very good.
Right.
So this is this one here. Yes. So a really great way of tasting this one is to take a small sip, coat your whole tongue with the wine, and then take a larger sip, and that just helps the complexities of the flavour of the wine sort of transmit all the way through your taste buds. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll start getting your platter together.
Yeah. Hey, cheers.
Home that we make ourselves.
Oh, this one.
Yes. We've got some olives and some caramelised onions there for you as well.
Good.
Wow, beautiful.
This chocolate, what chocolate?
This is the chocolate just
Oh,
here.
this
Yes,
one.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
but isn't this
they're
the
olives, those ones.
Oh.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you.
Very good. How are the first wines for everybody?
Yeah, I love mine.
Very good.
We are ready to continue. Ready. Sorry, I'm don't know already.
That's okay. That's okay. I'll be back in a moment with our
Yeah.
others. What did we think of that one?
It's quite unique.
It is very unique.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay, so here's our cheese platter, and then we have our Jack show. Oh, the dog is trying to look for food. Okay, now it's gone. Okay, so get back to our cheese platter.
And this one is the 21 Pinot. So the one that you had a moment ago was the 2017.
17.
Yes. And we would call that an aged Pinot now because it's over 4 years of age. This one's 21, which was only bottled early this year. So this will continue to improve in the bottle as time goes on.
Okay.
But you can see even the colour of it's quite different to the last one. It's quite a bit darker.
So just a question. Yes. For example, this bottle that is 2021. If I say that I keep this bottle in my fridge for another 17, 20, for another 4 years,
Right.
will it improve in
Okay, so with Pinots are very good sort of from year 2 to about year 5. So that's their sweet spot with how good the wine is. So with our 217, it needs to be drunk now. So that's a really good wine now to drink. This one though, you could sell this one until 225, 226, and it would still be very good.
Okay.
The Cab Sav, on the other hand, you could keep that one for 8, 10 or 12 years and it would still be good at the
okay.
So the Cab Sav has a lot longer cellaring for it.
Okay.
Whereas this one, Pinot is, even though it's a red grape, it doesn't have the longevity for cellaring. It's one that gets to its premium point and then you drink it.
So for Pinot Noir, what you mean is that you don't really need to drink it when it's young, right? You can still keep it.
You can still have it for a number of years. Yes, just not. You can't be thinking, in 10 years' time, it's still going to be as good as it was in year 3. Because some people like to keep wine for a longer period of time.
Understand.
So Pinot just doesn't have that longevity about it.
Okay,
but Cab Sav, on the other hand, and that's the other red grape that we have. You can keep that for a longer period of time because it's better. It's a better grape that ages with time.
Okay. I just want to drink it today. I don't want to keep it.
Oh, you're right then. Yeah. It's all good. This one's still good to drink now. So.
Thank you.
Itself though is very popular in Austria, and there's a castle in Austria called the Ehrensfelser Castle, which is what the grape was named after. And this particular grape was developed to be a blend grape that you would blend with Riesling to get it to be a balanced Riesling. So if you're Riesling that's too sweet or too dry, they will blend Ehrensfelser with it, and then that will create a more balanced drink from there, so a more balanced wine. So usually if you find Ehrensfelser anyway, it's usually blended with something else, not a straight Ehrensfelser, so it's quite unusual. A little bit grown in New Zealand, a little bit grown in Canada, mostly in Austria, and we're the only place in Australia where you can taste this particular wine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can I ask, generally, is the 2017 more popular or the 2021?
So we only produce somewhere between 2,500 and 3,000 bottles of wine each year. So generally what happens here is from the day that we release the vintage, over 365 days we will sell out of that vintage, so there won't be any left in the year after that. The reason why we have the 217 there is because that the previous owner of this property had put a heap of boxes at the back of the winery down there, and when my wife and I took over, we found all these boxes of wine and the 217 was there. That generally doesn't happen with us. We generally don't have previous years vintages left over. The 17 though, for some reason, it was probably a bumpy year and they put some aside. So that's the reason why we have it.
I see.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So to answer your question, lots of people love the 17 because it is what is known as an aged Pinot now, and finding aged Pinots at a winery is usually very difficult. They usually don't hold back vintages. They usually just try and sell them out. So for some people it is, but the reason one of the reasons I like the 21 is it actually is a bit sweeter than the 17. It's got a little bit more sweetness to it, and I actually quite like.
I suppose it's pretty subjective taste.
I have a very sweet
taste.
tooth, so
I
I like sweet wines.
Yeah.
But I don't like them too sweet. But Pinots can be very dry, and I think the 17 is a little bit drier than the 21, and that's one of the things that you find with Pinots is you can get that dryness that comes with them. Now the Cabernet Sauvignon, this is very much what we would call cool climate, because we're in a cool climate. This is cold climate wines. The 18 is very, very different to the 19. This year was a very cold year, so the grape took on a lot of different flavours to the 19, which was quite a warm year.
This is 2018.
That's correct, yes. Look at the colour of that one. Lovely deep red, so I'll grab that in a sec.
Yeah.
And then you look at this one, just the 19. Slightly browner in colour.
Thank you.
Now, there are our tasting options today.